Good afternoon, everybody, once again. I want to thank the IPR Gorilla for this opportunity to share a few thoughts on the registration of imported food and drug products in Nigeria, what a foreign manufacturer or brand owner needs to know. Like she already said, and like I said during the earlier one-on-one introductions, I'm a senior associate in the law firm of Bawa and Igodalo in Lagos, and my firm has a lot of experience in product registration, and we usually get a lot of inquiries, particularly from Asia, the US, and Europe regarding importation of food and drug products in Nigeria. So I thought it might be good to just quickly run through some of the important issues to note when registering a product. Just go ahead, and whenever she's able to change the slides, would proceed. So I have an outline of what I would be talking about. The first thing is the objective of the presentation. The second thing is just a quick overview of what the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control in Nigeria does. I will talk about the general requirements for NAFDAC product registration, the procedure for product registration, and then a few issues between the foreign manufacturer or the brand owner and the local representative in Nigeria. And then I would conclude by sharing some thoughts on how we can be of assistance to anyone who is interested. The objectives of the presentation, like I said earlier, is just basically to help you understand the requirements and process for registering an imported food or drug products in Nigeria, and then to explain the relationship between the foreign manufacturer and the local brand owner. NAFDAC, what is NAFDAC? I'm sure a lot of you must have heard about NAFDAC, or the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control. It is more like what you have the FDA in some other jurisdictions. NAFDAC is the agency of government that regulates the manufacture, importation, exportation, distribution, advertisement, sale, and use of regulated products to ensure that they meet prescribed standards of safety, quality, and efficacy. What that simply means is that before you can manufacture any product, product that is classified as a regulated product, and I'll come to that, before you can import it, export it, distribute, advertise, sell, or use it in Nigeria, it must have been registered with NAFDAC. Now, regulated products include food products, so bottled drinks, drugs and pharmaceuticals, cosmetics, medical devices, packaged water, chemicals, detergents. All of these things fall under what is called regulated products, and they all fall under the purview of NAFDAC. Like I said, registration is required before importation for sale in Nigeria. So if you're a foreign manufacturer and you have a business interest in Nigeria, you have to ensure that you have gotten NAFDAC registration before you can bring in your products to the country. Objectives. We've talked about the definition of NAFDAC and what NAFDAC does. Which talks about the general requirements for NAFDAC product registration. Now, where you want to register your products with NAFDAC, you need to submit a written application to the Director General of NAFDAC, addressed to the Director, Registration and Regulatory, and attach an application form. If you are going to register more than one product, then you need to attach as many numbers of application forms as you have products. Then a power of attorney. The power of attorney is issued by a foreign manufacturer to a local representative in Nigeria, basically instructing or empowering the local representative to register the product in Nigeria. Recall that we had said that the product has to be registered by a local representative, someone who is based or domiciled in Nigeria. The certificate of registration or renewal of the trademark. Now, for you to register a product at NAFDAC, you have to show evidence that you own the trademark to be registered. And it could be the registration certificate, or if the mark has been renewed, then your renewal certificate, or an acceptance, a notice of acceptance that has been issued, because in our experience we found out that a lot of times certificates of registration and renewal could take a long time to issue. So the NAFDAC DG issued a circular allowing applicants to submit the letter of acceptance of their trademark in lieu of the registration certificate for product registration. You also need to submit a certificate of manufacture and free seal issued in the country of manufacture, indicating that that product can be sold freely over there. A certificate of analysis, comprehensive certificate of analysis, clearly stating the various constituent ingredients of whatever product it is you want to register. Certificate of incorporation of the Nigerian representative in the event that it's a company that is representing you. Factory inspection letter, which is a letter requesting NAFDAC to come and visit the factory where the product is being manufactured. Import permit application letter, which is a letter requesting NAFDAC to let you have an import permit to bring in samples of the product for the registration process. And obviously the samples of the product you want to submit or register, and the product labels, a notarized declaration by the Nigerian representative as well. For the procedure, like I had said, I've listed the various documents that you need to submit for the registration. So the procedure, the first step is to put together all the relevant documents for the application and then submit, pay the requisite registration fees at NAFDAC. Then you apply for the import permit at NAFDAC. Upon receipt of the import permit, you can bring in samples into the country for registration. The import permit allows you, clear custom and other requirements, border control, to be able to bring in samples of that product, because as at that time, it hasn't been registered yet. Thereafter, NAFDAC would conduct a laboratory analysis to confirm that the product meets the standards and efficacy. Afterwards, the product will be taken for what we call an approval meeting, where the members of the team, the officials of NAFDAC, would sit down and review the product document that had been submitted, review the laboratory analysis, and so on. And then afterwards, you'll be issued with a notification of product registration and subsequently a certificate of registration. Now, the notification of product registration is issued because sometimes it takes a while to get the certificate of registration. But with the notification of product registration, you have the product number, the NAFDAC product number, with which you can now begin to import and sell your product in the country. Next slide, please. The final thing I will really talk about at the moment is the relationship between the foreign manufacturer and the brand owner or local representative. Like we had mentioned earlier, and I repeat, excuse me, NAFDAC product registration can only be done through an entity incorporated in Nigeria or a person resident in Nigeria. That person is called the local representative. Now, the certificate of registration is issued in the name of the local representative and not in the name of the foreign manufacturer. That is very critical to note. The local representative may be the Nigerian subsidiary of the foreign manufacturer or brand owner. It could be a third-party representative, such as a local distributor or authorized licensee, or it could just be a totally different, third party. In our experience, we have what we call custodial, we offer custodial services, where we have something like a shelf entity that can represent, in the event that, for instance, the foreign manufacturer doesn't have a Nigerian local subsidiary, or doesn't have any local distributor, or has several distributors and wouldn't want to stick to just one distributor, but would prefer to have a totally different entity that would hold the registration in its name and act for him in Nigeria. So we also offer the services of having a custodial company that could do just that. And then finally, I'm going to talk about severing ties with local representative. Like I said, the registration certificate is issued in the name of the local representative, and in the past, unfortunately, a lot of these local companies or local representatives use that, opportunity to hold the foreign manufacturer or brand owner to ransom. For some of them, they would go and register the trademark in their name at the local registry. And as you may know, Nigeria operates a first to file system, and then it becomes a bit of a hassle trying to get the name back, and it's usually very not nice, the kind of drama that goes on. Sometimes the local representative would insist that they would be paid a huge sum of money. In our experience, we've seen this so many times before, replacing them with a new representative. So it now becomes a situation where the foreign manufacturer is held bound or to ransom by the local representative, even when the relationship between both of them have gone sour. So severing the ties was very difficult, and in the past, NAFDAC used to lean in favor of the local representative being a Nigerian company. But over time, we have seen, a marked improvement at NAFDAC, and now it's not so difficult anymore to sever ties with the local representative. Once you are able to show that the relationship has ended, for instance, your contract has been terminated, um, and there's no more relationship, there's no more, maybe the license has been terminated, or you've withdrawn the power of attorney, revoked it, or whatever, and you're able to show a proof of a new local representative, NAFDAC would transfer the product registration to the new local representative. So these are the few thoughts I just thought I would share regarding product registration in Nigeria, because these are some of the questions that keep coming up about what's the relationship with the representative, how do I transfer my product registration in the event that my contract or ends or terminates, what are the documents I need to submit, in whose name is it issued, what does NAFDAC regulate, and so on. I hope these have been able to answer some of those questions. Excuse me. In conclusion, I just want to quickly run through how my firm can be of assistance to you or to your clients in the event that you have any interest in Nigeria. We can assist you with IP registration and maintenance, which I call brand management, with watch services for your product, market searches, journal searches, basically keeping an eye out for your clients and for your product. Preparation and review of IP agreements. We do all sorts: licensing, technology transfer, franchise, distribution agreements, merchandising and sale, product registration at NAFDAC, as I just explained, and SO. And we could also have custodial services for you. NOTAP registration, which is registration with the National Office for Technology Acquisition and Promotion in Nigeria. Under NOTAP, all IP agreements and licensing agreements, technology transfer agreements are required to be registered with NOTAP to be able to access the authorized money channels, anti-counterfeiting and anti-piracy, and legal advisory. So thank you very much for listening to me. I hope this has been a bit helpful, and